Hey guys, it's Amber, also known as Pretty Amor, and I'm a reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, and Curtsy, and sometimes Etsy. Curtsy and Etsy are a little up there, but also like Mercari, they have like their promo $4.99 up to, I don't know, I think 4 or 5 pounds or whatever for shipping, and I have yet to make a sale on there. And like I don't make a lot of sales on there usually, but I would think that like some of the higher price shipping, like I don't even sell anything that's really that heavy. The most is like $7.99 for I use UPS ground, so like they get $3 off of shipping and they could send me an offer, but it's been crickets ever since that started. I don't know, maybe, I mean, my Mercari goes through spells, so I'm crossing my fingers that it'll just pop up someday. I don't know. A couple sales here and there, whatever. I don't even think I made 1,000 in sales on Mercari last year. Maybe. I don't know. I'll put right here what it is, because I'm intrigued. Like I knew, but then I don't know. Now I forgot. But let me know in the comments if you made any sales after Mercari changed their shipping for these couple of months or whatever it is. I don't even know when it's till. March? April? I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you made a sale since then. But anyway, after that long intro, here is what sold in the past 5 days. I think I'm going to ship again Wednesday, so today's Monday right now. I should have another video stitched in with this, but we'll see. So it might be a full week, hopefully, or close to it, close to a full week. So I don't know, I think it's been maybe only 4 days, because then Wednesday will be 6, so it'll almost be a week since I've shipped. First, we have these chubby swim trunks that sold on Poshmark in 115 days for a 10% off Nifty offer and discounted shipping for $13. I usually price these around $30 or so, but the lining was cut out of these, so I mean, they're kind of not swim trunks anymore. I mean, honestly, you can wear swim trunks as shorts anyway, but you know. But since that was the case, I decided to list them for $15, and yeah, they sold 10% off. But I got them at the Goodwill bins for $1.32. Then these constantly varied gear leggings that have like a blue and pink flamingo print to them. Super cute. Like these are really popular in the CrossFit community, or honestly, you could just work out doing anything with these. They're great leggings. They're squat proof. Yeah. They sold on Poshmark in 285 days for an offer of $30. I think I had them listed for $40, and I got them at the regular Goodwill for $6.99. I always pick these up because they're just so cute, and I feel like even though it took 285 days to sell, like you got to have the right person. Like you got to have someone that likes flamingos and does CrossFit or goes to the gym, you know? So it just takes a little bit. Then this Coach backpack sold on ThredUp. I am a part of the direct listing beta community there. I've sold 3 things so far, so they only let you list 30, so I feel like, you know, that's not bad with only being able to list 30 things out of their, I don't even know, millions of items that they have listed on there. I typically do like my high-end stuff on there, or bags do really well for me on there, even when I just send them in for ThredUp to handle. But yeah, I knew this would do really well, and it ended up getting like 70 likes pretty quickly, and I think I only had it on there, I think I only had it on there for like 2 weeks, and it sold for $128.79. You can, on the direct listings, opt for their 20% off promo that they always do, or you know, it's up to like 80% off that they do, but you can cap it at whatever percentage you want off. So I did the 20%, and it sold then. I had it listed for 160, so yeah, I think that's 20%. Maybe it was 169. I don't know. But this was a consignment client item, so after paying them out, and I do free shipping on ThredUp as well, because they're kind of used to that on there, over on that platform. Like, I even shop there and like I try to get, I think I have $35 because I'm a VIT on there, which is a very important thrifter because I spend so much money on there. And I also send a lot of stuff in there, so I know that people want free shipping and they like to like bundle up some things. So unfortunately, since I'm shipping this, they can't have all the same items that they bought in the same shipment like you can do if ThredUp actually houses those items. But whatever. So I just ate the $6.99 and that got it sold. So, you know, whatever. So after that and paying out the consignment client, I will make $57.41, which I think is a lot more because I had that listed on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, you know, Curtsy, Depop, all of that. I mean, I got some likes, but you know, no offers or anything like that. So it definitely sold a lot quicker on ThredUp, and I think I got more money because of it. Since ThredUp doesn't take any seller fees. So next we have this super adorable vintage 80s like kids baby romper. It is a size 3. So I just think this is adorable. But it sold on Poshmark in 23 days for an offer of $18. Had it listed for $34 because honestly, you never know what vintage kids clothing is gonna sell for. Like things like this that aren't like licensed characters and stuff, like, you know, like that. But you just never know. So, you know, you just throw it up there for whatever and get an offer and it's like, yeah, I'll take that. But it is from a consignment client as well. So after paying them out and Poshmark fees, I made $6.30. And I feel like what really sold this was I put obviously floral, romper, ruffle, sleeveless, and 80s style in it to get it sold. So yeah, definitely so cute. Then these Lululemon pants sold on Poshmark in just 20 days for a 10% off offer that Nifty sent out and discounted shipping for $27. And this is called the Kung Fu pant. It is men's. It does have a lot of fuzzy stuck to it, which I said, and just said that it was pretty much in fair condition, even though there's no holes or anything like that. Just, you have to spend some time picking off these little fuzzies, and that's what I said, because it is just, this fabric is so tedious of like getting those little fuzzies stuck embedded in there. So, you know, and it was from a consignment client. So after paying them out and Poshmark fees, I will make $7.95. Next is Calvin Klein bell sleeve floral dress, sold on eBay in just 23 days for an offer of $30. And if you've been watching me for a long time, you know that my consignment client gave me so many of these same dresses, all in a great size. There's size 16W and 18W, maybe a couple without being wide. Can't think off the top of my head, but definitely those two sizes, and they have been flying like hotcakes. Like I don't usually pick up Calvin Klein, but like this style in particular, like for the spring and summer coming up, and this size is doing amazing. So after eBay fees and paying out my consignment client, I will make $8.14. Then these American Eagle high-rise jegging cropped skinny jeans, and they are distressed down here on the hem. They took 331 days to sell, but they sold, I think I had them listed for 12, so 10% off that Nifty sent out and discounted shipping for $10 on Poshmark. And they are from a consignment client. Thought I took those items down, but apparently I left them up for her. I don't know, because she gave me more items. But whatever. They finally sold, and I get $1.05 after fees and paying her out. Then these RFM Los Angeles high-rise bootcut jeans, new with the tags, sold on Poshmark in just 14 days for a nifty 10% off offer of $31 and discounted shipping. And I've never heard of this brand, to be honest. I don't know if it all does well or not. I mean, it's definitely not like a designer brand or anything like that, but I don't know. It sold very quickly, and maybe it's the size and because they're boot cut, a little bit wider boot cut. I don't know. But they are from a consignment client, so after paying them out and Poshmark fees, I will make $9.35. And then this Lulu's wrap dress sold on Poshmark in 388 days for a nifty 10% off offer and discounted shipping of $54. And this was actually free to me. I had actually bought it off of Poshmark to wear to a wedding like a year and a half ago, and she sent me the wrong size and she decided to just refund me, and I got to keep the dress, so everything was free. So good profit, I guess, but it was sad that it didn't fit me because then I had to run around and try to find another dress, but I did. So, and it was actually for my own inventory, because why did I wait to open the package? I don't know, because I have a lot of problems usually with sellers that aren't like resellers, like little sellers that I buy from. They like miss things, and I'm like, well, I don't want like a Lululemon short that has discoloration in it, you know, like, ew. Like, I don't know how many times that has happened to me. Like, just wash them, but wash them before you sell them to me. Like, I'm not saying for myself to wash them. Like, ew, I don't want to deal with that. That's gross. But I don't even know where I was going with this story. But yeah, oh yes, so the dress that I wore to the wedding was actually from my own inventory, and then I sold it later. So win, I guess. And then this super cute Disney Belle Loungefly bag sold on Depop in 37 days for an offer of $20.66. And after paying out the consignment client and Depop fees, I will make $8.25. It did have like some discoloration going on and things like that, so that's why I sold it for a little bit less than what the comps in better condition was going for. But yes, Loungefly bags, definitely the retired ones and hard to find ones. They can sell pretty well. Then 2 smart wool shirts in a bundle sold on eBay. Well, actually, I had listed them together. Like, they didn't bundle them on their own. I listed these 2 together. I don't know why I have to say that, but whatever. They sold on eBay in 6 days for an offer of $45. And I got these at the Goodwill bins, and their price together was $2.54. So, and they were actually like flawed. Like, this blue one has some spots, and the gray one isn't as bad. It just has like a little hole right back here. But yeah, bundle up things if they have flaws, for sure. Bundle up things if they're the same size and the same kind of, actually this is the same style. So bundle things up. I guarantee it'll sell faster than if you put them separately. Unless one is like in very excellent condition and one is flawed, then I don't know. I don't know about that. And my favorite sale of the week is this Marine Serre. I don't know how to say it. If you guys watch my turning $10 into $10,000 by thrifting video, you know that I found this in the Goodwill bins recently. Actually, let's see. It sold 6 days ago on eBay for $145 and is going internationally to Denmark. Is that hiccup? And my cost at the bins was $1.21 per piece. And I was so excited to find this because if it didn't have the tags, I'm not sure I would have looked it up. I do not know this brand, but it seems like all of their things retail for like $150 plus. This top I think was $260 60 something. So yeah, I thought I could only sell it for 90 because that was the most recent comp, but I listed it for 165 and got that $145 offer. And yeah, so if you don't watch my turning $10 into $10,000 video, you really should go watch it and see what I turn my $145 into. And hopefully we are a couple steps closer to making my $10,000 that I want to put down towards a house for a down payment. So yeah. And then this J. Crew sweater sold in just 3 days on Poshmark for an offer of $25. I had it listed for $40, but I gladly took $25 as we're getting out of the sweater season. I mean, people still wear sweaters like this. It's not that heavy in the spring, so, you know, but it is, I thought it was a small, never mind. It's a medium, so good size. I did get it at the Salvation Army for $4.99. And it is newer. That is why it sold pretty quickly. Like, this is the newer. I don't think it's the newest, but it's newer. This is from 2023. The newer J. Crew tag. The one that's like black with like the cursive writing is pretty old. Other ones, I can't even think. But yeah, this is newer. So, then this Free People Movement hoodie. It's cropped. It's called the Caddy or Katie, however you say it. I don't know. Mean Girls me, it would it would be Katie, but you know, but if we were Janice Ian, then we would call it Caddy. So who knows? But it sold on Poshmark in 143 days for an offer of $20, and I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.70. Then these Torrid shorts sold on Poshmark in 389 days for an offer of $18, and I got them at the Goodwill bins for $1.51. I don't really mind picking Torrid up at the bins as long as it is newer, which these were not too new. They were from 2020, but they were a pretty good size, and I thought that they would sell last year for the summer, but obviously they did not. But picking it up for, you know, $1, whatever, and making like $12 is fine with me from the bins. I tried to do making at least $15 from the bins nowadays, but it is what it is. Okay. Then this Lululemon fuzzy scarf sold on Poshmark in 120 days for a 10% off nifty offer of $22 in discounted shipping. And I actually lost money on this because I bought it for myself on Poshmark. It was with a big bundle of stuff, but this came out to $16.37. I just didn't like it for myself, honestly, so I lost 27 cents on it, but whatever else I picked up on that bundle, I still have some stuff, but what has sold so far is definitely made up for losing 27 cents. Okay, and then these Frank and Eileen pants, they're called the Murphy $1 Billion pants, sold on Poshmark in 53 days for an offer of $113 in discounted shipping that Nifty sent out. I believe it was 20% off that time. They just came out with a feature that you can do like waterfall offers, but not quite. I wish they would update that, because in my head, what I use waterfall offers for is I go in and I do 10% just in case Nifty missed it, or I don't know. I just start off with 10%. And then once that is over, I do 20%, send all those out, then 30%, send all those out, and then 40% on select items, and 50%, 60% on select items, you know. Things have been stale. But on Nifty, they have that you can only do it like 7 days apart. And I don't know. Like, I wish there was like an option to just set it up where you could actually do the waterfall offers like I was saying, like all in a row like that, because otherwise it makes you wait like a day, and so that 24 hours of the first 10% off is expired, and so they would get a 20% off like literally the next day instead of waiting when I do it like again with the waterfall offers, if that makes sense. Like, because I do them 10, 20, 30, like, so the same person won't get that offer until I do it next time. And usually I wait like a month. Like, I do it at the end of the month is when I do my waterfall offers. So I don't know. I don't like how it's really set up, but whatever. So this was sent out. I think I put them between 7 days apart. So at least there's 7 days between the 10% off and 20% off. I don't know if I'll keep it on, but we'll see. Did I say what it sold for? I don't know. It sold for $113 in discounted shipping, and I got it online for $35.25. This Quince cashmere sweater that says Go Irish on the front sold on Depop in 34 days for an offer of $30, and it was free to me because my husband picked it up for me with his own reselling money. Then this Vera Bradley medical bag, new with the tags, sold on eBay in 110 days for an offer of $10, which I wasn't really impressed with. I don't even know why I picked it up. I don't like selling Vera Bradley. I don't think it has a good market at all. I mean, maybe some of the rare retired prints, but for me, I don't really care to sell it. I only picked it up because it was new with tags at the bins. It was only $1.49, so whatever. I made a couple bucks, but that's not really how I want to run my business, only making a couple bucks. So I wouldn't pick it up again. Then these Athleta new with the tag Elation 7/8 tights sold on eBay in 45 days for an offer of $40. I had them listed for $60 because they do retail for $99, but $40 is definitely a good price, and they are a size small, and I got them in that big ThredUp 200-pound mystery box for 93 cents, so it is a great ROI, and I am moving them out. So yay! These A New Day rubber rain boots sold on Poshmark in 389 days for my full asking price of $15, and I got them from a ThredUp shoe mystery box for $5.72. No way I would actually pick these up to sell on my own. If they didn't come in the mystery box, I would not. I picked them up even at the Goodwill bins. A New Day is from Target, if you didn't know, and it's just not, it's nothing to brag about, honestly. And then these Vans ASPCA shoes that have little cats on them, and the high top version. They also have a low top version of these, sold on Poshmark in 71 days for an offer of $35. I had sold these before, the low top version actually, for I believe $80 to $100. It was a couple years ago, so I can't really remember. So I thought the high top version might have been, you know, something around there, but no one was really interested, and they did have a lot of wear and discoloration. So I gladly took the $35 because I got them at the Goodwill bins, and that was one of the times where I didn't price out per piece, so I'm going to say $2. And then these Nike SB Stefan Jankowski Zoom sneakers sold on Poshmark in 9 days for my full asking price of $30. I listed them at $30 because they do have discoloration on them, and this weird discoloration on the back there. Like, I think you could pick that off, but I don't know. I got these free from my uncle, so I just decided to list them fast and get them out quickly. And then these Keds, these Keds sneakers sold on Poshmark in 388 days for an offer of $18, and I got them from a ThredUp shoe mystery box as well for $5.72. I wouldn't pick these up on my own to sell, not even at the bins, like I said on those A New Day boots, but I'm glad that they are gone and out of my hair. Then these Doc Martin Mary Janes, they're called the Askin, sold on eBay in 18 days for an offer of $45, and I got them at the Goodwill bins for I'm going to say $2 because I didn't say what it was priced out, but per item, I mean. These could have sold a little bit more, but they definitely had some wear to them, but I'm glad to get them out of here. And then there's one more item. I have it in the other room. I forgot to bring it in here before I started filming, but they are these Birkenstocks. They're actually from the Petula line. They're like the Florida black triple strap thing. It's kind of hard to remember when I'm not looking at it, but they sold on eBay in 129 days for an offer of $50, and they're from a consignment client. So after paying them out and eBay fees, I will make $18.60. And yeah, that is all that sold within the past 4 days, and hopefully I will stitch onto this, but if not, let me know what sale was your favorite down in the comments. And again, let me know if you made a sale on Mercari since they started the $4.99 shipping promo. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Bye.